So what will happen now is, let me clear this. It's inactive. Restart. I got your resume here, right? So what we're gonna do is, there are a lot of technical stuff in it. So we'll work through over the next couple of months, and we'll fix that. And then the part of a problem with the resumes is if you put too much stuff in it, and if you put tables inside the resume, what will happen is, uh, there is a system called ATS, automatic tracking system for resumes, that the employer use. Dice, all these job boards. Can you listening me? Can you hear me though?
Copy, sir.
Yeah. So what happened is,
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll walk you through how to prepare all that and then upload all those things. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about that. So now what I'm gonna do is, oh well, when it comes to running a script using Ansible, you could definitely do that. But the interactive script, the script we wrote, let's take a look here. The script we wrote, right? So this script, so when it comes to read is here, this is where the script is failing when we run it on the remote server, because it's waiting for the is waiting for it to for the entry from the user here, so we wouldn't be able to provide that. So, but let's run the simple script here and see if it's gonna work. I think I copied one script already, right? Okay, so I'm gonna cat script. So when I run this script, permission denied. This is interesting how the permission got changed. Okay, let me do one thing here. Okay, so the permission has changed, right? Yeah, that one has good permissions. So I'm gonna say chmod 755. If you need to use a command because file insufficient, you can add one false to the. Okay, now what I'm gonna run is I'm gonna run the script on a remote server and see what happens. So you could see the script what we have run here is working. Yeah, the script is supposed to bring up PWD and what is this, uptime. Okay, it's a cat script. Yeah, present working directory and uptime here. Okay, now the part of a problem here is with the script. What we could do is, I think we could run the LVM script which we created, which was not interactive. Uh, read file template script pin. Okay, let's do this here. Let's create a static script, okay? The one we created here. You guys know what I'm talking about here, right? This script, it will run, okay? It will run, but it will ask you for the disk information, disk 1, disk 2. So we have to manually type that in there. So the reason why this is not working is it's not giving you an interface to type it in. So let's get back to our course description. Okay, I think it's in here. LVM. Emergency mode. Let's do this. cp lvm and lvm script 1. Okay, I'm gonna go LVM script 1, right? So now okay, so we're gonna look at this here, SDB, right? SDB, C, and D. So we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. In fact, you could just look at this here and create a script. Everybody know how to create a script, right? I've showed you already. Don't tell me you don't, because let's go up here and okay, so this is where the logical stuff is starting, right? The LSBLK. So we have 3 disks. So what we did was okay, now what we have to do is we have to create, okay, here what you could do is dev/sdb. Okay, look in here, I have already split this up so that you have a good visual what is going on here. Okay, SDB, SDC, and SDD. Okay, so we do the PV create a dev SDC, SDD, and SDE. So SDBC, we are using E here, right? Okay, hold on. So we do have E here also. SDB, we kind of skipping D. It's just a demo that we are skipping D. Okay, now then what we're gonna do is VG create. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do VG create, and over here this is the command. A good practice is to comment out the original one. That's the good practice. So here what we're supposed to do is $disk1, $disk2, $disk3. PV create VG SDE. Let's do it E. Okay. I'm gonna copy everything what we have here. Okay, so it's starting from here. Create dev SDC, SDD, and SDE, right? So let's start from the top here. The script is used for creating the LVM. These are just the echo commands. I'm not worried about that. And creating a physical volume. Dev okay, so we'll keep everything the same. SDC, SDD, and SDE. All right, and dev ZMPT1, SDC, SDD, SDE. Okay, so we are good. Now let's do this. We did the VG create part. Now what we have to do is VGS is not important. So now what we have to do is LV create -n accounting. Enter first LV. So we don't need this line. We don't need this line. So LV create -n, and then what we're gonna do is do exactly the same thing. Accounting -l, and size is 10G. And then ZMPT1. LV create -n accounting 10, right? Good. And then next command we need is mkfs over here do ZMPT1 and do accounting. Okay, here we don't need this line, and we don't need this line either. LV create -n finance. Okay, FINANCE -l, and the size is 10 GB, 10G, and then ZMPT1. Okay, So now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat all this here. MKFS uh, MKFS dev ZMPT1/finance. And here third LV, right? Third LV is what? HR. Create HR. Capital letter HR. Size we are putting in how much? 8 GB. 8G. Make sure you give the capital letter where it needs. That's all important. ZMPT1. Okay, and then we're going to do MKFS dev ZMPT1 HR. ZMPT1/HR. Read fourth LV, and we don't need this. Now the fourth LV is recruiting. Everybody with me so far? This shouldn't be a surprise. RECRUTING. I want to make sure it's all matching up. -L 8G and then ZMPT1. Okay, and MKFS ZMPT1/ I'm gonna copy this and paste here because the recruiting, I don't know how to spell it, but this is what I'm using it. Okay, so okay, recruiting HR. Now it's time to create a mount point. So all this should be matching here. MKDIR recruiting. Okay, and what is before recruiting is finance, right? HR. So I want to make sure I'm copying the right, the way it's written. This is just a MKDI, I'm making a directory, right? Finance. MKDIR accounting, right? Okay, here, what you're gonna have to do is FS tab. Uh, all right, so we kind of doing it the better way. So here, what we're gonna have to do is, all this is ZMPT1, right? ZMPT1. The first one would be accounting. And okay, make sure you're doing it right everywhere. And then you're mounting it to dollar account, the folder accounting here. Okay, and similarly, we have finance. Make sure you don't copy spaces here. Finance. Finance. ZMPT1. Okay, now this is ZMPT1 and HR. Last one is recruiting. Recruiting. Okay, now it's doing loading from FS tab entry. Okay, now let's go up and clean up something here so that we could have a better visual. All this is garbage here. Okay, this is garbage, 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 garbage. You don't need this, you don't need this, you don't need this, you don't need this. And don't need this. Uh-oh, we need that. Okay. Read. Enter the name. What do you push on the keyboard to delete a line?
Didi,
Yeah, DD. And undo the what you have done.
you,
Yeah, very good. Okay, I did. Echo now. Okay. Now, that's it. That's all you need. You don't need this either. In fact, I'm going to reduce it to so low that is going to be crazy. Okay, so okay, our script is only 15 lines. Okay, before you save it, you just make sure it's okay, let me save and exit. Okay, so every time why I'm doing this here, this is how it works here. First computer, you will set this up in a test environment, and after that the business unit, they would say like, okay, we need this, we need this, we need this, and they would have hundreds of servers. So you set it up on one computer and make sure it's all same, and you do it on the rest of the clients or the servers. So after we run this script, it should match this whatever we have here. 10 GB, 10 GB, 8 GB, 8 GB. Okay. So PV create dev SDC SDev SDC SDD and SDE. Okay. So SDC SDD SDE. Okay, and it will create that, and then what we do is we create volume group to ZMPT1, and then dev will match it with our document here. VG create SDC SDD SDE SDC SDD SDE. Okay, good. Now this is VGS. That's only for our information. The system doesn't care what we are doing with it. And VG display, this is only for us, right? I mean, we don't really need that in the script. We need this. LV create -n accounting -l 10 GB, and we are cutting that out of ZMPT1. Okay, this line is good. And then what we're doing is we are making the file system mkfs zmpt dev/zmpt1 is this line here. Okay, and lsblk blk id is all garbage, we don't need that. And we are creating a mkdir accounting, so that one is being created here. Okay, mkdir accounting. Okay, and then LV create finance HR recruiting. Make sure that the format is matching, the spaces are there. LV create finance, LV create HR, LV create -n recruiting -l. Okay, mkdir accounting and mkdir HR recruiting. So make sure you however you type with this is important here. This is not important, but it's important. It has to match here. It has to match here when you're mounting it. So what we are doing is we are doing the FS tab entry. So just verify the FS tab entries are matching here, like this here, echo, and then you're doing this here, dev, accounting, and then you're mounting it to oh wait, okay, here where is FS tab entry? Okay, yeah, you have to match this dev accounting ZMPT1 hyphen dev mapper ZMPT1 accounting, and all these are matching to me. Okay, last one is mount hyphen a, we are mounting it, and then a matter of fact, you don't even need this in the script. Okay, so you got your script is only about 10 lines here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 lines. That's it. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this here. So let's use the copy command. Let's see ls-l ls-l lvm. So the permissions, just make sure the permissions are 755. Okay, so now let's copy this using the copy command. So Ansible all hyphen m, we are using a copy module hyphen a, and source equals /root /lvm lvm script 1. Okay, lvm script 1 mode equal preserve destination equals /root. Okay, we're putting this in a /root directory here. Okay, okay, so we didn't get an error message, did we? Let me clear this and then run this command here. Let's do this here, ls, right? How do I run this if I want to run it from the history? How do I run this? I want to run number 615. How do I run that? If you want to run a command from the history, you have to do the exclamation and the command number, okay? And hit enter. What it will do is it will run that command for you. ls-l lvm asterisk. So let me make sure the permissions are good. Okay, so the permissions are good. Let me clear this. df-h. Okay, now once we are done with it, what will happen is lsblk. So once we are done with this, this is how it should match or similar. I think we skipped SDC, right? Or did we? We didn't. Did okay. So okay, this is the script here, okay? I'm gonna paste it in here, and I'm gonna get rid of this here. This is just garbage here. Okay, so let me save and exit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna run on only 3 servers. Okay, running on 3 servers would be the same thing as running on hundreds, because other servers I'm gonna create a what I'm gonna create is the YAML script that is built into the playbook. We're gonna create this. We're gonna run using the playbook. We are using this script here, and then we're going to also use the playbook, okay? So we're going to run this on Chicago servers. Ansible -m shell Chicago servers, okay? LVM script 1. So it's going to run on what are Chicago servers here? So it's going to run on 3 servers here, okay? So let's cross the fingers and let me run this and see what comes up. Okay, so what is this? It says successfully created. We are just, so it's giving the output for all of them, right? So 199, last one. SDC, SDE successfully created. Volume group, ZMPT1 successfully created. Logical volume accounting created. Okay, and a logical volume finance created. Logical volume HR created. Okay, and recruiting created. Okay, and okay, so looks like everything went through fine. Are you guys still there? Is it making sense? Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do df-h. There you go. All right. Now we have done this on not one server, not 2 servers. We have done this on 3 servers. Okay. Now, if you could do this on 3 servers, you could do it on 1,000 servers too. So initial setup is going to be painful, and then what you have to do is you just have to replicate on the rest of the servers here. Okay. Any questions? Hello, I'm waiting. Okay. Okay, so let's move forward. So let's see here. Now let's work on something called playbooks. Okay. So far, uh, we were using ad hoc commands, right? But you can use um, Ansible. It's called Ansible Playbook. So what it will do is it will do the configuration for you, okay? But you can use Ansible Playbook, um, which is built-in commands uh, created by Ansible. Okay, and Ansible playbooks are written in Ansible playbook are written in YAML language, YAML language. Okay, so let's see what YAML is. YAML. Okay, so it says that YAML is a human readable serialization language which is commonly used for configuration files. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so let me copy this. And what does YAML stands for? YAML ain't Markham language. Okay? That's what it stands for. YAML ain't markup language. Okay, that's what it stands for. The acronym. Okay, so let me copy this. And let me see here. Okay, so the syntax is syntax. Okay, so for the YAML syntax, okay, so you know how you have the language there. So what you're gonna do is, this is how it starts here. You know how our bash starts with Bing bash? YAML starts with 3 dots, 3 hyphens actually. So you must have 3 hyphens for it to become YAML. And then here you give a hyphen, and then you give a space there, then your hosts, you have to give the location of the hosts here. Okay, so then it would be something like Chicago. So we're gonna be using for New York. Okay, and remote underscore user colon, it would be, the user would be root. Okay, this is how it's going to be working. And the tasks, task and the colon, and down on the bottom here all the tasks begin. You could write like name colon uh, then you go test connection, okay, and then you use a module here, ping colon, and this is a ping module. Okay, and then this is remote user colon your name. Okay, I'll show you how exactly this works here. Okay, so we'll put it in a script. So normally what you do is you look at the online YAML script before you write your own. Okay. So you have to kind of search the web here and try to get the script how it works. Okay. Uh, So let's do this here. I'm gonna say vi ping.yaml. Okay, and then I'm gonna put 3 dashes here, 1, 2, 3. You have to do this, and then you hit enter. Let's look at this one here. Enter, and then you type -hosts. Okay, so here it says host all. Okay, and I will copy the rest. I'm going to escape and save it. Okay, now how are we going to run this? It's very easy. You just have to say Ansible playbook. So you have to say Ansible playbook -playbook. Okay, and then you give the name of the ping.yaml. Ping.yaml. So what it does is it will gonna go in, reads against the play all task ping. Okay, there you go. It went and looked up. Let me clear this here. Okay, you kind of have to put in a Google here to find out what you're doing here, okay? So the ping is working. Why is all this working here is, that means these are built in here. They are spoon feeding you. So you run this. What will happen is Ansible will detect and do all this here. And where is this getting this information from? Which file it's getting information from? vi/etc/ansible hosts. It's looking this file here. It's going to go against this file here. So when you run this command, it will, this will be the, it will run against this file. Okay? It will run against this file. It will run against this file. Are you guys still with me? So let's see how much time we got. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. Somebody talk to me. Are you guys still with me?
Sir, I think I'm way behind what the class is right now. From yesterday, I was trying to, I set up the disk, but I had some subsequent issues when I started the clients. I kept getting errors. So I had to remove all the disks, the 4 disks, storage disks from each client. And once I was done, the class was already completed. So I didn't get a chance to do anything. Uh,
Yeah,
so
don't worry about
with
it because it was my fault here because yesterday we didn't do much. So once the document is up, all the things are in place. You just have to follow this document and understand this. Okay, so the Ansible playbook part, these are all predefined here. Look in here, there is barely anything in here. But you have to give 3 lines here and then give host and gather fact false. These are all this information here, okay? Task, and this is like a built-in ping. So the best thing you do is you determine what you're doing here, okay? You determine what you're doing and put in Google that Ansible playbook and then what you want to do. What did I do in the Google? I typed nothing but Ansible playbook ping. Okay? Then what you could do is uh, like here, yeah, in YAML or playbook. So first playbook in Ansible. So now instead of doing this in uh, you would get a response. Oh, ID. Okay. Uh, so now what you could do is playbook comprises of list of host and task entries like this. Creating a first playbook. So it did action ping. And this is how we ran this. So as over here, you could specify the host name also. let's do that here. So we're gonna go into Ansible. In here, what you're gonna do is we'll just give the host names here, okay? Instead of all, let me get out of here. Ping2.yaml. What it's gonna do here is all when it comes to Ansible, everything depends. You have to kind of what you have to do is you have to depend on internet a lot more, and we'll do this here, okay? So you have to figure out a lot of things using the internet. And I don't think you need this. The task is ping. Okay, so let's run Ansible playbook ping2.yaml. So now what it's doing is going to run only these servers here, okay? So it's getting you information about that. There you go. So the ping part is working. Okay. Okay, now what else we could do here? Let's get, eventually we'll write a LVM. Okay, and let's see here. Ansible playbook for, you guys tell me what you guys want to do for, let's do LVM, right? LVM. Okay, yeah, this looks good to me. So I'm going to create vi lvm config dot yaml, right? And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to copy this. Okay, you're going to have to do this here. Don't be shying away from this. Now you see here hosts. What we're going to do hosts here is I'm going to change it to New York, because we're going to change it to, we did it on Chicago, right? We did on Chicago, so we're going to do it on New York. Make sure this is matching here. New York. And the user, we're going to be using this as a user, as a root, right? And then the tasks here is going to be, this is just a name here. Name, you could do this as like an echo command. Just display this here. So what we'll do is create volume group. We're gonna have to kind of do this here, okay? In Ansible, you don't have to do PVS. Okay, VG, create volume group, right? Yeah. Create volume group. Create volume group on right here, this drives slash dev sdc sd sdb sdb and slash dev sdc slash dev SDE. What am I doing here? Hold on. SDC, SDC and SDD and SDE, okay? So LVG, logical volume group, this is built in. All these things are built in here, so you don't have to worry about it. And says VG here, so volume group name, we're gonna give the name here. What is VG name? ZMPT1. ZMPT1. And where are we gonna create this from? SDB. And then you could have multiple drives here. Dev, SDC, Dev, SDD. And then, okay, volume group, VGS display, we don't need that. And create a logical volume. Okay, so this guy is creating a logical volume. So in here, logical volume, right? LVM. Logical volume, create LV. LV stands for logical volume. So I'm going to say accounting, LVM creation. And LVM, so what is the name of volume group? This is the volume group. So we're going to use this. And logical volume name, we're going to give accounting. And then the size, how much the size we need is 10 GB. 10 G. Okay, so now we're going to repeat this for Okay, first one was accounting. What was the second one? Uh, so we are already over here. We don't have to do all this. First one was accounting. Second one was HR, right? Finance. Accounting, finance. And we are doing this from ZMPT1. And how much we are doing finance for? And finance is also 10 GB. I'm over here. Okay, so this looks good to me. And I'm going to copy this again and paste it here. And HR, eight GB. And recruiting, okay, recruiting is how much? Recruiting is 8 GB too. You're gonna have to figure this out from the internet, okay? That's how everybody at my, even I am, everybody else is doing. Once you have built up on this, it's a piece of cake. You just have to do some editing here. Okay, now what you have to do is, then you have to do the file system, right? So LVM is done. Now create a file system. Okay, and then we're gonna give XFS, right? File system is gonna be XFS, and then this is gonna be dev ZMPT1. Okay, dev ZMPT1, and this is gonna be for accounting. Dev ma dev ZMPT1 accounting. Okay, so let's copy all this. finance, and this is going to be finance. Okay, so we got accounting, HR, finance, and what do we need next is recruiting. This part doesn't matter, but you have to be careful. Make sure you copy the same way. I'm talking about the spelling. Copy exactly the way you have it here. Create a file system. And do we need to create a file system, create a file system, create a file system, mount, name, source, type. Mount, I'm going to say accounting, and mount, where is the name is going to be at accounting. Okay, and then there's going to be dev ZMPT1, and this is going to be accounting. Okay, and type XFS, straight mounted here. Okay, so it's not telling us to do anything else. So what I'll do is it will create this mount point for you. Okay, the second one is what is the second one? Finance. Third one is HR. Recruiting. I'm going to make sure I'm copying recruiting the right way. Okay, mount, okay, this is going to be finance. Finance, FINANCE. logical Okay, looks good to me. So how do we run this? Ansible playbook, and then what we're going to do is lvm config.yaml. Okay, I'm going to run this. It's going to run on 3 servers now. We should be done in a minute here. See, it's doing all those things here. Boom, and we got it made 13 changes. It made 13 changes and 0 failed, and all of them are perfect. Do you see this? It happened all in front of your eyes. It looks so beautiful. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to run the command. So we ran this here, right? So let's run this command here, df-h. So we're going to run this for New York. I'm going to copy this here. Okay, look at that output. Let's do it for one of them. And look, the output. And let's compare this here for accounting to accounting, okay? Here accounting, perfect, 10 GB, all these things are matching accounting. This one we did using the script, and this one we did using the Ansible volume, logical volume, okay? I'm sorry, Ansible playbook. This is matching, this is matching, 8 GB, this is matching, recruiting, and this is matching, okay? What else you want? Perfect. So everything we got here is here, and everything worked for us. So this is how you write the playbook here, okay? I'm gonna put this when I'm ready. I'm gonna put this, and you guys play around with it. The more you do it, the better it gets. All right. With that, I'm gonna close this for today, and then we'll meet next week. You all have a good day.